Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to FRL Podcast. Another Wednesday, another day with us boys. I would like to start with a little warning. There's going to be some difficult understanding going on tonight. So if you,
Yeah, we've got a mixture of Scottish and Welsh.
yes. So if you'd like to go up to the top
Try my
corner
best.
there and click on the subtitles section, you will find that there's absolutely no subtitles whatsoever. This podcast is going to be hardcore. So,
Yes, hardcore as in, yes, Darren Mark is our special guest this evening, and if you could see, the man is wearing one layer of clothing, one layer only. He's wearing a loincloth.
yes,
Shaped of a blue pair of pants.
and he's got that fancy t-shirt on.
Aye, that fancy t-shirt, the one that looks like it's just sprayed onto his skin.
Yeah. If you see me wiping sweat a lot, it's because it's very hot in here tonight, guys. I apologise.
This is why I'm like I am.
Dell's sweating because
I know.
Darren's naked.
Yes,
It doesn't
well,
faze me in the slightest. I've seen worse. I've seen worse.
I'm not gonna screenshot our DMs, alright? So Dels, you'll be alright.
okay.
This is Darren's pitch for his OnlyFans. So this is his first broadcast.
Try my best now. Try and get the punter in.
He's working to use gay porn next year.
Oh,
So
so not continue to try it.
on that note, as always, we've got our FormulaRacingLeague.co.uk website. Everything you need to know from our merchandise, our standings, which we never get wrong, by the way, just so that we like to get that out there. We never get the standings wrong at all, ever in the slightest,
It's just we never
Apart
get
from-
them right either.
apart from when I do them. We've also got our email, which is FormulaRacingLeague0@gmail.com if you've got any questions. We have a few things that we're going to discuss tonight. One from Cool Racing, and we also have our a new kind of idea that we're going to come up with, which is going to take effect from next week. So we're going to touch on that as well, and it's going to be broadcasted live on our FRL Cast as always. We use this as a platform to kind of keep everyone entertained.
This
So
is
we'll discuss that later.
interesting that I'm finding out this one. But it's partly my own fault because I've not kept up with a single thing all week. I've had a bad week.
Well, we do have that Discord platform, you know, that one that's got all the channels and everybody
Yes, but
talking
I've-
about everything and anything.
I know, but I've ignored it all week. I told you. I've done nothing all week. I took a back
So-
seat.
Our
have you known
special
him?
guest tonight, yes, is Darren Mark. Everyone knows him as the guy that drives the Audi that can turn the back end of that car into three. So,
Hey guys.
any
Ha-
questions for Darren? Put them on the live feed.
Hardest man in
people watching,
ACC
as
to
always.
pass, and also the hardest man to understand.
It comes in a double package.
Although
If
we're
you've got
not
any
far
questions
behind.
for him or any questions for the panel, get it in there. And like I say, I've already got something that Cool Racing has suggested, which we'll discuss later on. And as always, we're going to do our Alien of the Week. That will come later in the show, so that will keep you on the edge of your seats.
I've not prepared one for PC. I'll have to think hard.
Well,
Do you know what? I've got one in mind though.
yeah. So, with PC, I think that's probably your forte because I don't get involved enough with the PC side, unfortunately. But I definitely think everyone's going to agree with PlayStation 1. This week's kind of seen some really, really good, fast, unbelievable pace from so many drivers, but there's one that stood out, and we'll discuss that later.
Should give it to James. He managed to do a blinder last night when he got on the PCS.
Oh,
I would
yeah,
think
it's- I don't even
On
think he made
Padet.
it. Look at that face. The most
How you
handsome man
doing?
in Wales.
Oh, you forced an advert done.
Oh, cut the advert, cut,
Commercial
cut,
break.
naked man on the
Only
television.
Only fans.
Right. Before
Right.
this gets too far out of hand, why don't we start by saying, obviously, if you go to FormulaRacingLeague.co.uk, that's our website, and you'll find all sorts of things that you want to find on there. You find driver of the month, driver of the week on there as well.
Driver of the month will begin.
Driver of the month.
Driver of the week,
Yeah.
So
You got,
I'm going to send the details over to Will, and he will hopefully post it later for everyone's votes for the month of May.
You have all of your results up there, including the PC ones, which you can also get at SimGrad.
Dell's results.
I'm sure we'll have started doing the TNT web page as well and all that for that as well, I believe.
Yes, we can discuss that. That's
Oh,
correct.
that's
That's something that was introduced
So
to
you're going to have to find that one because I didn't see that either, and put it on the screen for us later, Chris.
Yep.
So also, the email address is formularacinglinkzero@gmail.com. So if you have any emails, questions, or you just want to bug the hell out of James and Chris, send an email.
To be honest with you, I can't see comments, I can't see emails. But if the guys are more than happy to, well, if they got any questions, whatever, I'll try and answer them my best as I can.
Are you talking about? Have you had that much drink already? You can't see comments or nothing.
I haven't got a clue what I'm doing, to be honest with you. I'm just playing in the video chat. I didn't even know how to get comments up. Like, I don't even know where to go. But I
do. Brilliant. So we've already got Wood saying the king of defending.
Yes.
Well done, Wood. And we've got Trotter saying evening, fellas, along with Dazza Snipes or Eek, lads.
Georgie in there.
Fresh Chris put subtitles. Still can't make it out. Laugh my ass off.
I don't think I don't think you'll actually get subtitles.
He is practicing for Donny. So on that note, this is something that Darren wanted us to touch on tonight. So why don't you give a little pitch as to what's happening at Donny, Darren, for anyone that's watching that isn't already taking part?
Well, on October, the 15th of October now, alright, there is going to be a bunch of the FRL guys meeting up, and I'm doing the all weekender. I don't know about anybody else, but there's going to be many joining us. Hope you can join us, even across the pond. I believe Evan is trying to get across from Ireland to join us. There's going to be camping, there's going to be beer, barbecues, dominoes. Apparently that happened last year. I was going to go, but unfortunate events, I couldn't make it. But
this year, you're looking forward to it.
Oh yes.
So Donington is Saturday, October the 15th and Sunday the 16th, and I think they do like practice sessions and a few other bits and bobs on the Friday. So a lot of us will be there from the Friday.
We arrived. What did we do last time, Chris? We arrived on Friday night.
We arrived on the Friday afternoon.
No, we didn't. You didn't pick us up until after freaking 2 o'clock.
We got there for about Friday 6 o'clock. It's Friday 5:36, and then we kind of went to the hotel, checked in. Yeah, we did the posh camping. We went to the hotel instead.
Posh camp from Scotland? What's up, a 2-manner instead of one? I'm bringing a 2-manner for my own.
So, why don't we start with a wee bit of interviewing on Darren as well?
Yes.
What about, why don't you give us an idea of how you got started with racing on games and what game you might have started with? Whether it be sim racing or not, what kind of games have you played?
To be honest with you, I used to love Formula 1. I still love Formula 1, don't get me wrong. I watch it whenever it's on the practice and stuff like that. I used to race for FRL F1. And James and Hutch, I believe, they gave me a comment, fancy coming over to ACC, which I didn't have a bloody clue. Mm-hmm. So what I did, I downloaded a game, I started racing the ACC. I never went back to Formula 1 because I was in love with ACC. This was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And I've been there ever since. I've been here for FRL for the last 3 years. I started on a controller. I started on a stand. I bought my G29 wheel off Gamer Dad.
Oh.
And but the only thing was I wasn't consistent enough with the stand because I would do good in a quali and stuff like that, but when I need to go to the toilet, come back, I had to reposition myself because I didn't have a seat. I bought a seat, I believe 6 weeks ago, 7 weeks ago maybe, I'm not too sure how many. It weren't too long ago. But since then, I've improved my time so much. It's unbelievable. I'm more consistent, I'm more quicker, and anybody
Yeah,
can tell you,
you're
I
getting
was always at the
frighteningly
back of the pack.
fast.
Now I'm in midfield of the pack, and
Hmm.
it does make a difference just by having a seat, and this is it. That is my seat, and that is my wheel, and that's my pedals,
That's where the magic happens.
and it's not moved.
And we can see he
And I can
enjoys
go to the toilet,
ACC
come
so
back,
much. We
sit
can,
down, and I can carry on, and I can. It's like it's happy days. It's like jumping in and out of a car.
yeah.
It's chalk and cheese
Getting a
in it.
seat
So
does make a difference.
having that fixed position makes it so much easier to drive on any platform at all. So I totally agree.
Makes a hell of a difference. And I was on a controller for about 6 months before I had a wheel. Then I had a stand. Now and again, I'd have my odd good day, whatever, with the wheel, with the stand. But since I've had a seat, it makes hell of a difference.
Can you
And
remember
it is
our
worth
first
paying.
race together?
It's worth getting a seat. I only paid £150 for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, £150 for that seat and stand and stuff like that. And I gave my dad me a favour. I bought the wheel off him 2 years ago, something like that, for £100 second hand.
Look at you now.
I couldn't have. Fair play to him, true gentleman. Take my hat off to him as well, and I'm still using it.
Good, good.
I'm still using his wheel.
Can you
Yeah.
remember our first race together?
Oh yes,
It was Laguna Seca.
and I took out on top of the
We were
corkscrew.
coming up to the corkscrew, and you took me out, smashed me into the wall, and it's been love ever since.
Oh yeah, and it was
We used to battle quite a lot.
yeah, and it was fun. Honestly, God, it was brilliant. Even Hutch and the rest of the gang and stuff like that, who's still racing in FRL to this day now. That was 3 years ago when I was on a pad. So for me to go to a pad to a stand and still carry on racing with FRL and meeting Chris, Dell, well, Jay was the founder. I think he was on inviting me, and Hutch, he was like, you know, are you coming
Get
along and
involved.
this, that, and the other and stuff like that. He's been there from the start as well. And these guys popped up right at the start as well, and it's like been love ever since racing, and it's always grown. We started with about 20, 30 people, I think it was, about 3 years ago.
By the time
Um,
when I came in, there was 17, 18 people running
Yeah.
daily. But I think Hutch was saying, James was saying, when they first originally started the seasons, were maybe running 8 to 10 people a race.
That was under a different community called GLR, as far as I can remember. Global Racing.
Yeah, IRL, I think I done IRL with
Yeah,
Gamer
that
Dance
was-
because
that
I
was
think
with
he was
Gamer
there
Dance.
first because I
That's
did a Lambo ST season with him,
That
and I
was-
came third in the
yes.
first in the championship and third in the season,
Yes.
and I was on pad.
It was ISRL, and then
Yeah.
IRL,
a lot of people
IRL.
quickly amalgamated from there onto the GLR, which was James's first kind of thing, and then
Yeah.
we moved on to FRL, and it's just grown astronomically. Now we're 1,300 members plus. We'll have a wee look as well tonight, as our usual feature on the show. We'll have a wee look and see where we stand on SimGrid against all the other platforms. It's been a full week since we last had them. We've had a lot of new guys coming into the community, and I think a good portion of them have been PC, so we'll see if that's jumped our numbers up. I think we fell behind by about maybe 20
think,
against what was it? I think it was SimGrid itself, no SimGrid, Coach Dave.
Coach Dave, took us by burritos or something like that.
Aye, so we'll
Yeah.
have a wee look at that
Last
again
week,
tonight
wasn't
to
it?
see where we stand.
But all I can say is that I've been here now for a fucking long. I've been here for a long time.
Beep,
Beep, beep, beep, beep, beep, beep, beep.
I've been here for a long time and stuff like that, and I'm nowhere up there with the aliens, the fast guys and stuff like that. I'm still in mid-table and stuff like that.
I beg
But
to
because
differ.
I love racing with all you guys, I just love coming back all the time. I think I got about 170 races, something like that, for FRL in the last 2.5, 3 years or something like that.
That's
And
rookie numbers, mate. That's rookie numbers.
Well, you're up in the 200 or whatever, do you know what I mean? But
That's
you
because I
don't
don't have
sleep
a life,
sometimes,
mate.
do you know what I mean?
I don't have a
So,
life.
you go there and make extra ones, like.
I
No, but
basically race FRL and go to work and see my kids, and then race FRL, and I
uh,
sometimes sleep in between on the odd occasion.
this is how much FRL means to me because it's awesome. It's like it's becoming like a family now. Do you know what I mean? It's because we've been doing it for a couple of years now, and the guys. All right, then let me tell you a little story about myself. All right, September last year, right, I had 7 bleeds in the brain.
That's correct.
I suffered a memory loss of this, that, and the other. I was in one race one time, a Brands Hatch, I believe,
Yes.
I
and
think
coming
it
up to
was,
the
yeah.
final corner, right, I carried on going straight. I was in the barrier. I was lime streaming. I think I come around about 30 minutes later, something like that. I took the live stream off and stuff like that, and I said to the guy, sorry. It wasn't because of the racing why I blacked out and stuff like that. It's because of my injuries.
Yes.
But the guys understood. I had a chat, this, that, and the other, and they've been so supportive and stuff like that. You can talk to the admin staff, not just the admin staff, right? Any person with FRL next to their name, I bet you the money you can go and have a chat to them anyway. Del,
Anytime.
Chris,
Yeah.
Jay, Woody, Gio,
We're all here for
anybody.
everyone.
Honestly, God, right? And it's not just because of my head injury and stuff like that, and you can talk about anything to them, and it is always confidential when you DM them. Trust me, it is. It is
Just
always
slide in the
confidential. It'll
DMs.
never go any further.
That slide in DMs, mate,
But,
means amazing.
but the plus side of that as well, if you need help on setups, cars, and this, that, and the other, if you become a patron, they will help out more. They will help you out, but they will advise you to become a patron to help you out even more and better, if that
Yes.
makes sense. They will help you out before you become a
We're,
patron,
we're,
but
we're always
they
going to
will always
give
advise you to become a patron.
suggestions and help, yes, but when you become a patron, it's got lots of perks, and we're
Lots
going to
more
touch on
perks.
another new thing that's going to happen next
Because
week.
it helps us keep us on track as well, and the
Yes.
server's running.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Well,
It is.
patron are the source of revenue that helps maintain the community, which is currently housing over 1,300 drivers. We've got over 40 plus events on PC. We've got leagues 5 nights out of 7 for PlayStation across PS4 and PS5 platforms. So the patron always helps, and to be fair, Patreon has actually taken a massive leap over the last 5 or 6 days. Actually, we've had
Good.
lots and lots of new guys signing up, coming in, open arms, of course. And I think it's now time that we announce that becoming a patron is going to open up the opportunity for a little weekly lottery win. So
Nice.
what's going to happen is we're going to do a random generator of numbers 1 to 999. That random generator we'll put up here live. We'll activate it, and whatever number it lands on, if it lands on an active patron number, you will win £5. If it lands on a number that's not currently active, it rolls over to the next week, and then the next week opens up the opportunity to get a double bubble. And again,
There's a
if
lot
nothing
read.
happens, triple, etc., until someone wins, and then it'll just keep resetting. So this is a new thing. So if you're going to become a patron, you've got an opportunity to win a fiver to start with. I mean, that's like your month's premium really covered. But then if you win a
Lovely.
tenner or 15 or 20, if it rolls over, it starts getting more interesting. So the more patrons, the server can be maintained. We can get more servers kind of set up for leagues. We can then obviously put different perks and different things set in place. So it's going to work in the league's favour and the driver's favour at the same time as well. So it's another little added perk on top of all the other things. Driver number, um, priority when it comes to reserving. There's so many different things. Go onto the website, have a look at the patron, and you'll see everything that's on there. And this new perk, the patron lottery. So it's going to kick off next Wednesday. So you can look forward to that.
Nice.
Yes. So,
Very nice.
on the live chats, we've got Georgia Priest it's on his bucket list to come to Donny, so I suggested let's get a wee fund set together so we can get him over.
Did you see that?
That'd be brilliant, that would. I'd be more than happy to chip into that fund. Get him over.
Go. All the guys are wanting you to say it, darling. You know what they want you to say.
Hiya, Bat.
Please tell everyone what butt means.
Well, we all know what butt is.
Alright then, butt in Wales is another way of saying friend, mate. This is what we say in the south of Wales, butt.
Butt.
Yes. Hiya, Bat.
It's
It's like, hiya, mate, hiya, friend.
It's generally because most people in Wales
It's
are a
not,
bit backwards.
It's not because I like your butt.
Oh,
Maybe, maybe not. You never know. Who knows?
But as we mentioned earlier on the website, we now have a new shiny American series section. So if you're on the website, you click on the wee menus at the very top, which is console.
Oh, hang
and
on.
the very top option is American series.
Why don't we do this, Chris? I'll bring it up.
I'm going to do it now.
Oh, I've already got it brought up.
You got it. Cool. Lovely.
So I will follow your
new-
instructions. You tell me how to do it. So we go to console.
Right click,
Or right click.
left click, no good. Right click.
Right. Cancel. Delete. Is that what it was? Right. So what am I to do?
Click on American series.
But if you're on your
American-
phone, alright, if you're using your phone, alright, it's touch screen, alright, you just tap it.
Oh, it's at the top. Yeah, but I don't have a touchscreen, Dan. I've got a mouse.
A
I
lovely
got touch
new
screen, I've got a PC like you.
shiny layout, and this is for the American side of FRL. The guys are expanding the PS4 and PS5 side of things. We've got lots and lots of up and coming events. We've got lots of up and coming series, as you can see there. So go and have a wee play around, guys, and have a look. It's obviously this is the hard work from none other than Will Friedman. He's the guy that does all this in the background, so we need to say a massive thank you to him for sprucing up the website as he has done.
Just looking at this.
Well-
What is the PS4 chat, PS5 chat thing?
Click on it. Takes you right to Discord. Aye. It's hyperlinked right back to Discord.
Very nice.
Nobody wants
Yeah,
to see
so-
my pornographic Discord though. So we'll get that off quickly.
So things are we're always adapting everything, the whole setup in the background, so that everyone's got everything at their fingertips, information, standings, stats. If you look on there, you've got your FRL app as well, which is offers the opportunity for you to go on and check out setups, which is constantly getting upgraded
Can't go
and
for that
new
picture.
setups added all the time.
I'm sitting trying to do it on the meetings. I'm trying to click on the FRL app to get it to come up. It's not going to work.
So it's you've also got there over at the far right hand side. If you just click on that for us, Derek. Oh, that's our patron that we're always going on about. So everything you need to know is here. Click on the link to become a patron,
This one.
and you've got your patron list as well. This is basically the list of drivers that are currently contributing to the server.
If you've got a favourite number and you're not a patron, and you can see your number there, as soon as you become a patron and give them your number, that number is locked because you are a patron. Nobody else can take that off you.
That's it.
Has Gamer made it back? Oh, he's made it back in. I was going to take his 13 number.
I would quite like number 13, please, James.
Since I'm a patron and I'm paying for it, I'll take
Just
13.
started panicking. What you see, he's he'll hijack the podcast, come in, and he'll be like, no.
He shot elbow over it. Right. So we'll come back. We'll see more of the website later once we have a quick look at the.
The standings and stuff.
Yes. But again, that website is www.formularacingleague.co.uk, and you can go in
There's a
and
link
look at
as
all
well.
the same things that we look at just then. Has Faco still got his newsletter?
He does, so he posts up, it's in there's a wee section on the website, if you just have a wee
if you go
browse
on the
around,
front
guys, you'll
page.
find it, and he basically posts up like a wee, like kind of blog, really, and it's really good reading. Sometimes it's quite funny as well. I mean, the guy's got a kind of good sense of humour, so he kind of applies that when he's putting down all the kind of bits and bobs and these interactions with racing and other people, and it's a cracking read. So it's another cracking wee addition to the website for everyone when you've got a bit of downtime.
He's got to have a good sense of humour because you keep crashing him out.
I got a question, guys.
I haven't had an altercation with Faco for months. I think
Yeah.
we've door banged a few times. I think we've had one incident, and it turned out it wasn't actually him; it was someone else.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I was like, Paco, why would you do that? And it was like 5 or 6 cars up. It was
Yes.
someone else in the
He
same
was-
Didn't
same
you
make
come
car.
in?
He was ahead of you.
Mhm.
Michael has asked if he's on Pornhub. He's been looking at Michael, I guess, or looking at Dan.
Am I on Pornhub by accident? It's Dan that keeps moving that camera down to
I
get those
know.
nipples in on the camera.
Just glad he's got some shots on.
So the chat's going wild. We've got 18 people watching the broadcast at the moment.
I know
As
that
always,
a naked Dan has brought in more people for the last half hour than we've had over a whole session.
I know,
Amazing.
27 minutes of sheer and utter drip feeding OnlyFans.
Let me take my
naked
pants
men.
up.
Don't you bloody well dare!
Joking.
It's like, kill the feed, kill the feed, kill the feed.
I know, I'm joking. I'm not joking. No, I have got a question, though.
Yes.
Upcoming events, Mixed Mondays, and what's coming after the next seasons and stuff like that.
That's a question for you,
PS4,
Chris.
PS5, and PC.
So, with
What's
Mixed
happening?
Mondays, let's touch on that because we've actually had a few people on the Discord asking about Mixed Mondays. It's obviously an extremely favourable league. Mixed Mondays will commence once the Super Sprint Sunday league finishes. So we'll run those two leagues opposites. So whenever that one finishes, the next one kicks in. Obviously, leading up to the last maybe 1 or 2 races, we'll then start posting out the post regarding it. But I don't know if it's just been decided that it's going to be an arrive and drive, or if it's going to be teams. Because right now, the only teams that we have so far is Tacos and the Endurance Friday. Everything else is arrive and drive. So you arrive, you drive, your stats are put onto the website, and Will Friedman in the background is extending the size of the standings tables so that everyone that takes part gets their name up in lights. So whenever you do take part and you rack up even the smallest amount of points, your name's going to be there in the standings table. So you'll be able to go onto the website and see your name, because a lot of the guys are coming to me as I'm getting quite a lot of DMs like, why is my name not in the standings? Right now it's because on PS4 the first 20 are listed, but if there's like 36 people that have taken part over the set weeks, only the top 20 have been named. But we're going to extend the table so that everyone's name's on there, and it'll show you your accumulation of points.
That's for the reserves that are joining in to be added to the table and stuff, yeah?
No, not the reserves. On team races, reserves are just there to fill the gaps, but your stats always go onto your Hall of Fame and your driver rating.
So
when it comes to arrive and drive, there's no teams, so every single person that takes part gets their name up in the standings.
It does mean that at the end of it, when we're doing our Wednesday results, the podcast will last another hour longer, and you'll all get a bit longer sleep.
Because we need to name every single name. No, it's there for everyone to then be able to see. So Will Friedman's working really hard in the background to do that for us as well. He's already done it with one of them, one of the kind of series. So just watch this space. It'll get the tables will start kind of expanding and have more room for everyone to go on there. And then Fresh Briz has put on there, could we do a league for the reserves? Well, I think that's maybe something that we could look at, so that any reserves that do take part, their names accumulate on a different table again,
Surely, if you get a little bit more reserves, all you do is have an extra tier.
Well,
Well,
why can't you just add the reserves to the bottom of the list anyway of the 20? But I know it'd be a big list anyway, but even if they join, say there's 10 races in a season, for example,
Is it not a?
reserves join for about
for it
4
to
or
be
5
on the
of them.
same table, those reserves
Yeah.
will end up in the mix because some reserves are getting really good results.
Yeah, and they could overtake the people that are
Aye.
full-time seats, do you know what I mean? But it is what it is, isn't it? It's racing. But
Yes, so
it's on
we'll
the
try
Hall
and
of Fame, isn't
accommodate.
it? I mean,
The
so,
accommodation for reserves is already there. Your stats are on or on the Hall of Fame. You can always go in and have a look at how many points you've accumulated, how many races you've taken part in, what your average driver rating is.
yeah,
So that's all on there anyway right now. So you're not missing out. But when you're
yeah,
taking part in a league as a stand-in, as a reserve in a teams-based league, that the standings table is for the teams and the full-time drivers only. But
that
arrive
makes
and drive
sense.
is different. Arrive and drive is going to be for everyone.
That makes sense, yeah.
Aye. Arms is kind of say the arrive and drive is usually full of reserves, so it's
Arrive and
arrive and
drive,
drive
sometimes
is
I do
for
it.
everyone. So it's not a full time or a reserve role. It's an arrive and drive.
It's reserve stroke full-time driver.
It's basically arrive and drive.
You basically just turn up.
It's the only way you can describe it.
Yeah. The only time you really have a reserve in the arrive and drive is if on the PlayStation 20 people have taken up a space, or on the PS5 the maximum number's been taken up.
That's it.
I'm trying to ignore this corner of my screen.
Oh my god, you're narcissistic looking at yourself.
Cascanova said
it.
earlier on that he really loves this side of Darren because usually in chat he's quiet.
It's because he's concentrating and he
Yeah.
doesn't want everybody to see his tongue sticking out.
I'm not normally talking in person anyway.
His angry face.
Fucking good.
Aye. Beep 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 beep.
Bloody talking
Get that
good.
beep button ready.
I've muted him. He's been punished now. You've been muted, Dan.
Aye. No more swearing.
And it won't come back off. He's trying to unmute himself.
Oh.
Unmute yourself, Dan. I've unmuted him, but he unmuted himself.
You need to
Ah.
unmute yourself.
Dan, unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
You.
I don't know. There we
Sorry,
go.
Matt.
I muted you for a joke and you done muted yourself worse.
I'm saying if I can do it on comms, I'm sure I can do it beyond now.
This is one of the
sorry,
other things I was going to ask you, Darren. So, if
yeah.
you want to let the guys that are watching know, what other little things do you do on the site for FRL when you're not racing?
I do a bit of comms. To be honest with you, right, before the cross-platform between the PS4 and the PS5, before that, I used to do a lot of the comms on a Sunday and the Mixed Mondays, which I used to enjoy the Mixed Mondays because it was entertaining, because it used to keep me busy going back and forth with the guys that's battling in front for position, first, second, and third, fourth sometimes, and stuff like that. And you got the GT3 cars coming up behind them, battling for first, second, and third, and stuff like that, trying to overtake the positions. You know, when they're battling already, it's like, this is going to be entertaining, and it's exciting and stuff like that, because nobody wants to give track position when you're the race leader in GT4, when you got two other GT4 cars behind you, when you got a battle of 3 cars of the GT3 cars coming up behind you. So how does that unfold? And especially a track like Laguna Seca, Suzuka, Zandvoort, and you know the tight twisty tracks. Nürburgring is another one, and stuff like
There's a
that.
lot of tracks
It's
where
entertaining.
you're just going to have to deal with the fact that you're going to lose time.
Yeah,
Yeah, the mouth.
you're definitely going to lose time. But I've seen cars, right? I've seen the race leader, right, being stuck in between the first and second of the GT4 cars when you got another 3 or 4 cars behind,
Yeah.
battling with them as well, and it just makes that gap, because when they come up to the last corner, for example, they are down the street, so they're like 2 or 3 seconds behind. It's like, I feel sorry for the GT4 cars. But that's what it is. It's
That
mixed
is what
racing,
it is.
and
That is
they
the
didn't
beauty
give,
of mixed racing.
but they didn't give position. It's because they slotted in that gap, and they had to do it to keep up with the guy they're racing with in front with the GT3s. It's like, that's why I used to love Mixed Mondays comms, and I'd be more than happy to give my seat up again and do comms on Mixed Monday. It's so exciting. It's unbelievable.
Good. That's another
I love
alien we
it.
don't need to worry about. Good.
Yeah. So I'm just
Honestly,
asking.
God, I will do it. Honestly, God, I would my seat Monday. I would give it up. I've done it before, and I will do it again.
So
Good.
I'm just asking you a question in the chat, Dan.
Yes.
He's wanting to know, what is your favourite GT3 car and why? I suppose we could expand that to also asking you, after you've answered that, what your favourite GT4 car is and why.
We know what that is.
Right then.
We might as well, everybody else might find out.
Right
Carry
then. I'll tell you the honest truth now. I've never driven the Bentley, the Ferrari, the Mercedes. I can't remember the other one. The other OG car or whatever it is. I've never driven them. I've always driven well, this season I've been in a Honda only because I've had a seat, and I do love the Honda, but it doesn't like the
You've been
curves.
doing some
But I
really
do
good
love it.
performances in that bloody thing.
And a lot of people have said to me, when you jump in a Bentley or the Audi or something like that, in a GT3 car and stuff like that, because you will drive a lot better. But I'm loving the Honda at the moment, but I'd rather do a season and a couple of other seasons in different categories with a Honda,
See how you go.
because I don't want to mix my cars up like I used to. I used to drive about 4 or 5 different cars, because that's how many races I used to do a week, and it's hard to get used to one car.
Yeah.
So I'm sticking to one car at the moment. So I'm sticking with a Honda. I love it so much, but a lot of people have been saying, yeah, I can improve by jumping in a Bentley, a Ferrari, a Mercedes, or whatever car it may be.
You're a very
I've
versatile
never done
driver.
them. Yeah, I'll drive whatever person who needs a teammate. And with the GT4 cars, I do love the Audi, and I do love the BMW in the GT4 class.
I don't think I've ever seen you in anything other than a BMW GT4.
No,
I
I've
have
seen
been
him
in
in the
Audi.
Audi. When we done
I've been in the Audi.
was it GT4 Thursdays when we were doing that? The
Yeah.
first season you had the
I
Audi,
started in the Audi.
and I was in the Chevy, and then we both picked the BMW, and we had some great races in that because we were on the same car.
Yeah. I've even driven the McLaren GT3 car. That was my second car I have driven.
Oh.
Because the Audi was the first car I ever driven 3 years ago in the GT3, and it was a McLaren the year after. And after that, I had the wheel on a stand, and it was always whoever needed a teammate, I would jump in with them. But it was always like an Audi or McLaren or a BMW or something like that. It was never the Bentley, the Ferrari, or Mercedes. I've never driven them cars on the GT3 car. I've never driven them.
I think you would enjoy the Bentley. It's a wee bit of getting used to, because the steering wheel's at the right hand side of the car, and it feels a bit odd, even though I drive I drive right-handed because of where I
I
live.
do the bonnet view. I still race with the racing line, because I only practice for an hour.
Bonnet view.
No, I only practice for an hour, maybe 2 hours before a race. And I never practice when I got free time, because I'm always doing something different and busy, because that's the only time I got to practice.
Sinking Stella.
Yeah.
I'm that. But I'm
Yes,
thinking
let's not talk
coronavirus
about
tonight,
your
because
other
it's amazing.
extracurricular activities, please.
No, but yeah, I am gonna. I most probably won't jump into another car, because I'm gonna finish my Honda seasons off, and then I will think about jumping into another car. But I don't know what the other car is gonna be.
Okay.
I honestly don't know, because
There's
I've never driven
lots
them
and lots
cars.
to choose from, and I tell you what, some of the harder cars to drive are things like the Lamborghini, the Mercedes, which can be quite kind of oversteery, the Porsche, which can be very, very, very
I've never driven a
volatile.
Porsche.
It's an exciting and amazing car to drive. It's just so difficult to dial in. so difficult.
So
But I am looking forward because I got the seat, I got the wheel and stuff like that now. I'm more consistent with it. And
Yes.
it is worth getting a seat and stuff like that.
Good.
I know myself I'm more consistent and better because I got a seat and stuff like that instead of a stand and whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to look forward to driving an easier car, as they say, like a Bentley.
yeah.
So
So
I don't know. It's I got I got plenty of options and yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be good and I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to finish my Honda season and then I'll go from there.
Good. Sounds good.
So
so Tugbert has asked a question now as well. Just keep the questions coming.
Yep.
He said, have you got any plans to make the switch to the PC?
Ooh.
for me,
Yes, you. Me and Chris are already on PC. You're the only one in the room that's not.
I will tell you one thing, all right? To the boss of FRL, I'm going to meet him Sunday. Thank you very much, Jay. And I'm buying
You're
his
upgrading,
PS5
aren't
off
you?
him.
You're
I'm buying
upgrading on
his,
Sunday.
I'm buying his PS5 off him Sunday, and I appreciate it very much, Jay. Thank you very much. The
Ooh.
boss of FRL.
That means I can race Darren and PS again.
Yay!
Yes, you can. I
So
do
let's.
appreciate that very much,
Let
Jay.
the
Thank
banger
you very
derby start over.
much.
I'm going to give Cool his
Be nice to see the man himself, anyway.
his wee 5 minutes of fame here. So Cool sent me a wee
Cool.
message the other day.
Who's cool? Let's get down
Cool
to
444 Racing,
right.
another Scottish lad. He's basically put morning Chris. So 6:41 in the morning on the 12th.
You should have been awake and ready to go to work.
I think I got up about maybe my phone
minutes before.
vibrating woke me up. Basically, he was thinking of passing an idea on for us guys to have a think about. So, since we have racing teams in FRL, why do we not open up a new championship that runs at the end of every the last Sunday of each month? We can do this all throughout the year. So each team will have a team leader who has to recruit their drivers for each race. And the league information he's talking about is like a drivers' championship, which is a team's championship with 12 rounds and 90-minute races. The racing teams can only enter 4 drivers per race. So obviously right now the teams are starting to build up. We can see there's like 10 and 15, I think. There's even more in Triple X now. But he's basically saying 4 drivers per race. You don't have to run the same drivers each race. You can just give the others a chance to race in each team. It's an absolutely great idea.
It sounds like similar to the community race that the PC guys have just got involved in. To be honest with you, it does sound similar
So
to it.
at the end of every month, we do four drivers from each team take part. We could obviously do that between PS4 and PS5 so we can get more people involved. But then at the end of the next month, you can put another 4 drivers in.
Sounds good.
It's a bit. It'll take a bit of organising. It sounds like quite a kind of complex thing. Well, not necessarily too complex, but it'll take a wee bit of kind of helping. And he says he will help out. So I think this is something that we could maybe discuss. We've got an admin meeting coming up at the end of this month.
Is that just
Maybe
is that the
maybe you can make it 2 tiers.
Yes. So
No,
two
let's
tiers
get the
giving
first.
a lot more
Let's get
drivers
the
an
first one on the
opportunity.
way, and then maybe afterwards, if the first season maybe or whatever, getting teams doing our way, maybe because you're gonna have more than 4 racers in a team now. So if you got 8 to 10 races and stuff like that, maybe split it down into 2 tiers.
well,
We'll
you,
see how,
everybody's
see how
ideal.
it pans out.
You
It's
have
it's
to-
a good idea.
yeah,
It's a really good idea.
It's just an idea, isn't it?
you've got
And
to
I mean,
remember
it's
some of
often,
some of these guys race on PS4 and some on PS5. So
Yeah.
depending on how many numbers you've got left in a team after you cover a PS4 season and a PS5 season, there might be some of the teams don't have enough drivers. So it wouldn't be fair to have other tiers where they're making money or points. We don't like to make money regardless.
Money. But if we just have a look at the teams now, so we now have Triple X Motorsport has 15 members. Grassroots has got 13 members. Not Fast, Just Furious Racing. Darren, you're part of that. You've got 9 members. Sigma Racing has 6. SBR Racing has 9. And Red Kings Motorsport has 17.
Darren, I think's in the same team as me, aren't you?
Not Fast, Just Furious.
Yes, that's
It's not
it.
Fast, Just Furious.
We're
But
one
if
of the
you have-
quietest teams. They don't talk much at all.
I mean, you're talking throughout the Discord. So, I mean, it's just if you look at it in that sense, it's
Don't need a
it's
chat.
very busy.
Don't need chat. Look at the points. Look at the points.
Yes.
Just look at the points. I think we're second.
Are we?
So the team driver
After
ratings
me
so
leaving.
far are currently sitting at Triple X Motorsport are currently sitting on 48.27 as an accumulated team driver rating.
So where do you see this at?
So there's a wee kind of link that takes you
Two
to
of you, sir,
where
then.
you add
Put it on screen
the
for us.
drivers. So Grassroots
Not
themselves
happy
are at 47.58.
Was
Put it on screen for us, Chris.
Okay, hang on.
That way we can see what you're looking at. Because I don't have that website link. Have
Sorry,
I really missed that much just by not being accessible for a couple of days? Jeez.
Yes. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So this is a list of all the drivers in each of the teams. This is all the driver ratings. Anytime a new driver does add to your team, you add their name. Oof, it looks like...
sorry, it looks like I'm just trying to focus in a minute.
And this is the little table here at the top. So Triple X Motorsport are currently leading the way, only just.
Am I in 16th place?
No, that's just the list. It's
Right, I was
It's
going to
been-
say,
organised into, so click that.
if you click on the driver's rating, it'll bring the drivers right now. What are you doing?
I'm just organising it so that the two guys at the bottom now jump into the Triple X part. So that's me just organising it so that you can see everyone at a quick glance who's in what team. So there's quite a good spread if you look at it of all the different guys, and this is what we want everyone to do. Want everyone to get involved with this team, so the teams just get bigger and bigger and bigger. The team driver rating then becomes a little bit more of a kind of competitive thing. So it's all good.
Very nice.
Do you want to do standings just now?
Yeah, we could go into standings if you want to kind of have a look at that. That'd be great.
Righty.
RKM for life, Michael Races, and then we've got AMS, SBR, Yellow and Black,
Yeah.
Vehicle Vantage, NFJF,
I'm
Gamerdad, RKM.
NFJF.
There we go, the banter's getting good, the banter's getting rife.
Yes.
So, Tackle Tuesday. Tackle Tuesday's running just now, isn't it?
It is, yes. Tackle Tuesday's our main event.
We'll do
That's
console
the
first because there's only
league that is.
2
Tackle
series. I think.
Tuesdays is fast.
This is time to mention that the grids are starting to get really, really, really tight, especially in qualifying, and then you're starting to get a lot bigger gaggles of cars travelling around the track together, and there's not many falling off. It's so competitive, so you make that one mistake now halfway through the race and you lose like 6 places because the guys are so kind of right up your arse.
But you can't get it back anyway because they're so consistent and competitive as well. Which is
It's
good.
amazing. So it's
awesome.
making people drive that little bit more cautiously. I know that we're getting quite a lot of tickets still coming through, but these are we're inviting people to give these tickets in because of if you feel something's happened, the stewards are going to have a look at it, and we've got a fantastic team of stewards that are really good at analysing.
Yeah, I've been able to step back now and go back to PC mostly.
No.
Take a break.
So, if we look here at Tackle PS4, after the 6th round, which was Kyalami, one of my favourite tracks in the world. Will Friedman on PS4 is currently in the leads. Not by the biggest of margins, but it is stepping up. Essa Racing and Steve 789 closely following behind, with Papano and I Am Slow rounding off the top 5. And then we have Tier 1, which currently has Michael Races in PS5, sorry, at the top. Again, look at how tight that is, with Ben Milden and TK Drifter closely following behind.
I was just looking at his last result. Look at the results up to the last one, and I'm just like,
absolutely pitiful.
Sitting thinking to myself, he's moved to PC and can't get his ass back in the seat for PlayStation.
I know, it's pitiful. It's totally pitiful.
Well, the problem is once you get used to driving on PC and how responsible it is and things, to come back is really a difficult job. So it'll be interesting to see if we can get back into the podiums.
Marty Road Racing and AMS rounding off the top 5, and then Dokuno, sorry, our German lad, he's kind of really close on their tail as well.
I see Hutch went back to the Bentley again after all that complaining he done. I don't like the Bentley, I don't like it. It's shite, I don't want to be in it. And then the next season he's back in it.
Audi, that is Hutch.
We always magnetise back to what we loved. So, and then if we look at Tier 2, Ollie RSR at the top, very closely followed by Mr. Rapid himself, Elysium. And then so Elysium is and Ollie RSR are 100% Tier 1 drivers, so total sandboxing. Sorry. With Superkart Ray, Lamaro and Kimmy's dad rounding off the top 5. And then both myself and Iceman Sean in 6th and 7th kind of pulling in the results. So Cascanova closely following behind. And as you can see there, guys, we do have space for full-time drivers, and we've still got 4 rounds to go, so it'll be good if we can get these grids filled. We did manage to get 25 or 26 driving on Tier 1 last night, I think. Slammers, let's go and have a look at that.
What? Mr. Number 13, Elmo Killer.
Yes, he's your go-to guy if you need to get anything. So
can you see it?
yes, it's Fresh Briz at the top,
It is
closely followed by Gamer Dad, Rico Vantage, Joe Tro and Woody rounding off the top 5.
Yep.
Woody's missed 1 race, so I reckon that would have been a different story. He's possibly could have been closer to a podium position, I think.
So what race was that? It's a British race, that'd be Brands Hatch maybe?
Brands Hatch, he missed that. He was away at a golfing weekend or something.
He can't play golf.
Hey, we need. Hey.
Thursday.
Where are you, Darren? Are you on that list?
Yeah, 4th.
8th.
No.
8th.
I just need 4th somewhere.
8th in tackle. So
you might be maybe in the Thursday. Yeah, in the Thursday one to 4th.
We've had 2 rounds so far. It's proven popular. If you have a look on the Discord, guys, you'll see that there's a lot more people getting involved. I think we're nearly full grid for tomorrow night.
Get involved.
We also have a Arrive, Drive and Survive PS5 series, which we need to try and fill up as well. If we have a wee look at that and see where it stands, actually. Arrive, Drive, Survive.
Yeah, but we're still
oh yes, we're now up to 13 people getting involved, so that's good. That's good.
We've got Slammers to finish up before we go doing that. So you got Sunday Slammers as well.
Yep, no, I was just having a look on the Discord there. But Gamer Dad, Rashid and myself rounding up the top 3 after round 1.
Yeah, there's nothing actually been put up yet.
Oh, why is that not?
It's not been updated yet.
Why is that not filling there?
I don't know, I just noticed it when you started rhyming off names. I thought,
Will Friedman, help!
When I saw you in 3rd place, I thought, nah, that's not right.
That looks like we've had No, that's one race. That's one race.
Yeah, but the race is not up. It
No,
can't
it's
be,
not on the
can't be,
left.
can't be one race. That's 84 points.
Oh no, there's 3
109.
races. Ah, it's actually had 3 rounds.
Technical
They're not
difficulties.
accumulating there.
As Christopher
after-
said at the beginning of the podcast, we always get the results right.
Everything's always right. No mistakes are ever made. Don't ever say that.
Right, move on
We're only
to.
human. We don't make mistakes.
Oh,
No?
Only,
only
only
human.
when
We
we're
never
making.
make mistakes. We're human.
Only when we're
Yep.
making mistakes. So, ride, drive, survive, don't crash Thursdays is empty. Again, we don't make mistakes in this league. So when does that start, Chris?
What?
When does Thursday start?
Today?
No, it's Wednesday
In an
today.
hour.
Wednesday. It's Wednesday today, Dan, not Thursday.
I said in an hour.
That's not an hour. Oh, an hour. Yeah, Thursday will start in an hour.
Hmm.
So
Oh my God.
we'll have a look and see what's going on with Friday. If we got.
I
dates
just
and
said today
times.
in an hour.
Why is that not?
We're going to go slowly. Christopher's been playing with the results lately, and we think he's messed them all up.
I've not been playing with any results. I've just been entering them in. But Arrive, Drive, Survive Thursday.
So we've got endurance working. That's one of Will's. He does that. He does that for us. That's why it works. Dan, would you like to read out the first 5 people?
You might not be able to
It's all
see.
upside
So
down.
Oh, I know
We've
you got it upside down, so don't start at the bottom.
we've had 2 Arrive, Drive, Survive rounds, and the table currently says
So what do you mean to do with the top 5?
Yeah, do the top 5 while Christopher plays around the results and makes bigger mess.
Right,
I'm not
okay,
playing a
you've
bit, I'm
got
just having a look.
Papano with... Oh, sorry, Chris.
Thank you.
Go on, you go.
You got Papano in first... Papano, sorry, in first with 234 points. You have Fresh Brizzle in second with 212. You have Will Friedman, web designer, and FRL
Legend.
legend
Rapid GT3 and Racer.
Yeah, he's a
in under 40. Then you have Zombie Dom with 122 points.
he's in a GT4 car
That's
as
a
well.
64 car.
Yep. So let's go ahead and go up to the 8th place because that's first 4 in GT3 and GT4 cars.
Right then, so you have Vaughan Burt with 100 points in 5th place for the GT3 class, sorry.
Yeah.
I Am Slow, you can't forget I Am Slow. He was in the GT3 class with 140 points.
He's in
So the
fourth place.
GT4 class, you got Zombie Dom in first with 122. Astral Racer on 112. You got Tro, a fellow Welshman, in 109. SOP
thought-
Steve
I thought Tro
with
was American.
103 in fourth with the GT4 class. They got Robert Dobbin in fifth on 96 in the GT4 class.
So we have the GT3 and GT4 in the same table in this.
Sorry, I didn't realise you was next.
Yeah, I didn't
There
realise
is-
yours.
There is a space to be able to separate them onto 2 separate tables, but we're just about to. This series will finish soon enough. We've only got 2 more races left to go.
So
We get to the
PS5 is
PS5
not mixed
right.
in, is it?
No, we have. If you have a wee look there, we've got Floppy Fox sitting in the lead with Ben Milden in that art corner, slowly falling behind. Springbok Gamer and Cheese Monkey rounding off the top 5.
In
There's
GT.
been some inconsistencies by quite a lot of drivers. If you have a look at that, we do not finishing, and the likes of Yuri Schroeder and
But GT
Euphoric
Jamie, the
State,
coach,
who's
in
normally
fifth,
really
sixth.
fast.
Can I just add something?
Yes.
That Ben Milden.
Ben
sorry,
Milden.
that
It's easy for you to say,
Ben-
Dan.
Ben Milden, alright, fair play to him, alright. Even though he's here in second place and stuff like that, he's advertising his races and stuff like that, what he doesn't do this, that, and the other with his teammate. on Facebook as well. I'm following him on Facebook, so it is a follow because he does advertise the FRL races for us.
Oh, fantastic. Excellent.
So
Nice.
give the guy a follow and a friend request or something like that because he does do him. Him and his friend, I think his name is Scott or Skull or something like that. I can't remember, to be honest. They were not on Facebook a lot, but then Milden and his teammate, they do
Go up there
advertise
every
the
second.
FRL races coming up and stuff like that. What they've done, the do's they don'ts, and this, that, and the other. What they could have done.
Cool.
It's they fair play to them. They do advertise FRL and they've got their own webpage as well.
Oh, we'll have a wee look at that as well.
Advertising the FRL and stuff like that as well. So plus whatever they do and stuff like that. So it's good. So whatever they do, they're advertising us and whatever they do as well. So check them out.
Yeah, check them out. We'll get you a
Okay,
link
lads.
for.
Yeah.
This is our Pure Sim Gear. If you have a wee look here, we've actually got a direct link to the Pure Sim Gear website. We don't mention this enough. This wee link will take you right onto the website where you can actually order your own personalised gloves for driving. Derek's just doing a wee kind of demonstration here. Go and have a look. They're not the dearest. They're very, very good, cost-effective gloves, and they just help obviously with the grip on the wheel, etc. So go and have a wee look. Get your gloves ordered. Get them personalised.
And I have got a pair coming in the next couple of weeks.
Woohoo!
And I ordered a few.
So you've
thought
got
I
a
may as
seat.
well,
You're getting a PS5.
And I'm getting gloves, so hopefully all I need now is bloody NOS. Keep up with the buggers. A button in it, damn it.
What are you doing, Derek? You're going to order 20 pairs? Don't
I'm
tease
going-
them like that.
It's 40 pairs of XL. I'm going to send every single one of them over to Mr. Slow.
No, don't give him a trim. He's already low enough, isn't he?
Well, he'll get through a pair of gloves a week, so you'll need to buy him 52 pairs. With those
You
gorilla
take him
thumbs
next
of
to
his.
him, and as soon as he finishes the race, you just give him back to him.
Right.
So, on
So-
to the standings.
Yes.
As always, we've got Fresh Briz at the top with I Am Slow, closely followed behind, and then Will Friedman in third. P1 SJF with Sean doing really well in fourth, and Jester rounding off the top five.
Nice.
Mr. Rapid Duck and Wee the Kev, a couple of American lads in there as well, kind of like keeping them on their toes.
We the Kev, apparently I read a message saying that he's the biggest reason that XXX Racing has got so many people because he's out recruiting.
Yeah, he's been doing a wee recruitment drive, like out pitching.
Pitching a tent.
You're doing that now with Donny, you
The-
know, on the 15th of October.
Like, it's a bunch of guys going to Donny, there better not be any tents getting pitched.
We need a tent. I'll just put a sheet over me, right? Just give me 4 trees, right, that I can put bungee cords to and a bit of fucking plastic on top of me, right? And I'll keep underneath it, trust me. I don't need a tent. I just need a shelter.
So we've got Jetpacker Nebula in the leads in PS5 for the Pure Sim Gear Sundays. With Mr. Rapid himself, Elysium and Ams in second and third, closely followed by Ben Gallagher and Venom rounding off the top 5.
Very nice.
And that's it for console.
Yeah.
Have a quick look at the Hall of Fame. They never asked me to, but I'm going to do it anyway. We'll see who's got the best driver ratings.
So right now, Crazy's currently.
No, what's going on? Driver rating. Other way. There you go. So this will tell you who's got the best driver ratings and things.
So right now, Ollie Racing
Good,
Of
is
course,
currently at
Says it's
98.33.
only-
That is absolutely.
why does it say he's only had
uncatchable.
2 races? He's the one guy that's running Tackle Tuesday PS5, isn't he?
Can you filter it so he can show you the best of, you know, can you filter it so he's got the best driver rating to the lowest?
Yes,
And
that's what I've done. Dan.
considering the position you are in the Hall of Fame and stuff like that, can you just change the position of
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
Like,
that's what I just done.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
really?
Yeah.
you can click on these
Oh.
little like the kind of
Right.
headings at the top.
Yeah. So that's what I
I
done.
will
I clicked
confused.
on the driver rating and put it to the top to the bottom. Look, Chica's
Right, I
under
can see now.
Check it.
102 races he's done, and still managed to
2
keep it.
wins,
So,
and he's got an average of 70. Excellent.
so for you guys, he's the second highest driver rating.
Yes.
See if we
Gamer
can.
Dad.
Well, we see if we can find Darren.
Oh,
That's,
try and find me, Brad. You'll have to scroll a couple of pages.
well, we'll go to the end. See if we can find you and me.
I'm not sure I'm going to be at the end, but I'm sure I'm not going to be last. Like,
Christopher, you're sitting there on the second page.
I'd say I'm about like 90% down the page. I'm going to work my way up anyway, right?
Well, you just talk amongst yourselves. I'll find you.
When you just filter and just go like, where's
What happens
There
with
it is.
the driver rating?
Dan Mark is
Yeah.
on page 4. Fourth one down. So there's what 25 in each page. No,
Yeah,
it's
so
not that
it's
much,
quite tight.
but
I mean, the more races you produce,
yeah,
the kind of tighter that the driver ratings are going to get, and over a long enough timeline and enough
still
races
stopping it.
attended,
yeah.
as it's just going to start leveling out.
I think
and that way we know
page,
who's who. And
page
who's
4
where.
seems to be mostly our guys, mate. You got Hutch,
Oh,
Darren,
I got a seat now. I'm improving, so I'm hopefully
Art.
going to see Ballada. I might get to 50 by next year. Or 45 or 46 now. I think I've seen him, but I think I can get to 50 by 2023. I think.
Brilliant.
What do we know? 22, 1,
22.
Yeah, 22. Yeah, 22.
something like that. Anyway, 23 maybe.
So on the PC side, the only races we had was the rookies, the Prime Sim Gear, the Endurance, and if we find it, we could start with the British GT, because the
Have a
British
wee look at
GT
that.
just finished. Oh, and look at that, Mr. Keddy's had his first cup.
Ooh.
He won his first series, but James said that he's not giving them a cup for it. He's decided there's no cup going to it because the series annoyed him. I think secretly they'll get his cup though.
Yes.
But yeah, it was we had Marco Keddy, Zlatan, John Wilson finishing in the first 3 spots, and then Stephen Wilson and Vladimir Popov, who actually missed the last 2 races and still managed to get up there. So
99 points. That's good.
we're on Michael races and Ian not having the best of times on track. They only finished 2 races each. But yeah. So it's all done. That's it, all done and dusted. We'll see. But I think one of the problems we had with that series is it was once a month, and people got
lost
got,
interest, perhaps.
I think they lost a bit of interest. If you look, there's a lot of gaps.
You could go bi-weekly with something like that, I would say, or
I think
even weekly.
Yeah, I think possibly weekly with a day out of it for whatever series might be we're in at the time.
Aye.
Just see what we can do with it to bring it back. But we have enough series going at the moment that it kept on getting forgotten about as well, as pretty much.
Series.
Yeah, seriously. So rookies, which is still going quite strong. Still probably the cleanest series we have. We had Michael Races and Crazies turned up last week. Back and figure out what I'm doing. Oh, standings. Yes, had a wee brain fart for a minute. So, as you can see, Robin Taylor is now taking over top spot.
Yes.
With Benjamin Eck, who is now in second. Ryan Blanchett, who's been with us for quite a while, he's in third. Patrick, he left us, but has now fell to 4th. He was a man in first for a while, but he's only just fell to 4th, and he's missed 3 races.
It's because he had 6
Yeah.
first places, just
And then we got
top notch.
Then we got Stuart Pryor, who's in 5th, and Mr. James has missed a couple, but he's down there in 9th. Just give him a wee shout. As you can see, there's been a
The
lot.
boss.
There's been such an amount of people in and out of the Rookies League just to get their ratings up. It's working great.
Yep, that is working great. It's really, really, really popular in certain respects.
And the thing is, you're guaranteed at the moment. Well, I say guaranteed. We've been guaranteed, running up till now, 20 to 25 people joining every week.
Excellent.
So it's definitely
That's-
holding its own as well. But it's
that's
a
really
great
good
it's a
figures.
great place for the drivers to come in, get their medals for tracks that they don't have already, get used to a track, a bit of practice in an actual race situation for when they go to the pure sim gear the next day, because it runs the same series. It gets them ready for it. So again,
Be nice. It's
season
nice when they run. Sorry,
Carry on.
it's nice when they run in there with guys who've already driven for a number of tracks and this, that, and the other
Yeah.
for experience of racing with them as well.
yeah, it gives
Race experience, both ways.
gives everybody a bit of experience racing before the main event of the GT3 Friday.
Yeah.
That's good, man.
Yeah. So in the amateurs we've got Mr. Zakdal, who's pretty much running away with it at the moment. Then you got Mr. Delator, I think that's how you would say it.
Delateur.
Camera, Maximilian, Stuart Pryor and Ryan Blanchett round out the top 5. But it's a very close. There's
Familiar.
very close.
Familiar names there. It is.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's very close between second and fifth, if you think on it.
Yeah. And then when we go to pros, it gets even closer again, I think.
hmm We've got our season 4 starting up soon as well, so
Yes.
I think
um,
the hot lap
We
to
got.
get your place is active.
No, I don't think it is. It active? It might be active, but I know that we got one more race in the season 3 left to do. So I don't know if it's fully active yet, because it's going to be up for current members before it goes up for any new members, and I don't know how long that is either. So I know that it's open at the moment for current members.
Right, okay.
We have Chris Vining, who's in
Nice.
first. Mr. Dippolito, I think that's how you say his name, Dippolito. Mr. Zucchetti,
Oh,
Nishira and Velazzi, who unfortunately has not finished the last 2 races.
oh,
I think he's tried to pull out the next race and disqualified, so I will
Right, okay.
oh no, wait a minute, it might be because of the 2 missed races.
yeah.
So if you happen to see this and you want to continue on for the last race, just give me a shout. I'll get you undisqualified.
Well,
So if he doesn't come back, that'll promote Garby up to his place by next week. So, the only
That's
other,
Mr. Traction Dave showing his
Yes.
cheeky face there in 12th.
he's doing quite well. This is his first season with us, and as you can see, he's slowly bringing the numbers down.
And Michael Races has got involved as well and has took to the PC like a duck to water.
Yeah,
And I don't think
he
Traction
hasn't
Dave
him
likes
there.
that very much at all, does he?
Pulled himself up to 20th position already.
Competition.
His
So
first race, and I think he finished 4th. So
yeah, the only other race we had this week was in the endurance side of things. We were at Zolder, and it was very competitive. In qualifying, I managed to put in a mid to high 130.
that's right. That's
And,
an amazing time, Dale. On
and-
PC as well.
Yeah, so out of the 25 people that showed up for the race, that was good for 19th, I think.
So
Oh,
obviously
which part was it?
sub 20, sub 30 was.
Yeah, it was.
going to be-
Well, I mean, if you look at the comparison, I was doing I think it was a 130.5. I want to say, I'm not 100% sure, but it was somewhere around that. But Michael was doing a mid 129, and he got 4th place start. So
There
it was
there
very,
was a set. That's
it was
tight,
very
by the way.
close. Yeah,
That is tight.
they're very.
Wow.
The endurance is always quite close.
Let's have a look at the. Can you have a look at the qualifying
Good.
session?
Aye, I'm sure you can. If it's been uploaded, Zolder.
Zolder. And then
So
qualifying.
So there's your best laps, 128s.
So.
So actually, that would mean that he put in a 128. I thought they said it was a 129, so I was wrong.
Look at that though. A 128.087.
If you just look at the first 14 teams, it's nuts.
Like 1.8 seconds between the top 14 is just insane.
I screwed up the rest though, so.
Let's not go there.
No, I was doing well. We were in a gaggle of about 5 or 6 cars for 50 minutes of my stint.
It looks like we've lost Darren to perhaps a loo break.
And then I spun after the first corner and took out 4th place.
Oh goodness.
So that got me a mess as well. But yeah, we got 2 seconds off the pace, who was not off the pace at any point. Panda Esport Racing, who we've had in every time. Then you got the FRL Race Team 1, Esports Racing Team, and the EOS Esports Racing Team, and then you got RM Course.
And of course, round off top 5.
Just a quick look for the other.
Darren's back. How are we, sir?
So the FRL Race Team with Michael and James, they got 9th place last time with 23 points. We had to lose all our points and start from scratch again because of
changed cars
because that Mercedes was killing us. But that's more or less the standings all up to date.
Yes. So what I will do is just very quickly show everyone where we currently stand. On the following front. Share. So if you look, Coach Dave seems to have taken a little bit of a further boost. Let's say, so they're currently only 55 by the looks of it, followers more than herself. I think it was a lot tighter last week.
It was.
I think it was last week, wasn't it?
They're maybe just doing some kind of wee recruitment drive or something in the background.
Well, they do a lot of events that involve paying out on decent amount of money and getting a lot of sponsorships to cover it and that. So.
I mean, it's in discussion with ourselves doing things like pay to race and stuff, but again, we're still in our infancy.
We've done it once, we'll do it again anyway. Let's do them again.
We're coming up on a year as FRL, so we've got a wee anniversary event happening, I think, coming up quite soon.
SRO's actually fell below box 3. I just noticed that.
They've went down to fifth place. Fourth place, sorry.
SOP, you're like that.
It shows how much we've grown, though, isn't it? If you think about it, if we're second in the same grid compared to what we were like before, just shows, isn't it? And I mean, how well FRL is doing. And if it weren't for you guys on track, and do you know what I mean? Keep joining, keep bringing new friends and stuff like that. We're a good bunch of guys and stuff like that. We're always fair. And we'll try and give you what you need anyway. And we'll all try and help anyway, do you know what I mean? So,
well, the top 12 on SimGrid range from 375 followers right up to 1230 with Coach Dave, but we'll get there. We're doing 44 events. If I look at that, we're actually the second top on the amount of events.
Yeah.
The only other person that does more events is SimGrid themselves. They've got 94 events, but so
you
again,
can't 94 in 1 week, you know.
All we can do is go roll.
Yeah, you've got so many notifications you need to get through.
So many tickets as well.
That's every time somebody joins or every time somebody puts up a race for us as their events.
I'll need to get a wee look through that and clear it, of course. So that's
If
where we stand. 55 behind Coach Dave.
Yep.
Well, FRL is so big and it's grown so quick and stuff like that. I don't realise how much work the admin team put behind the scenes to make this FRL group, possible and stuff like that, to keep you guys on track. I'm not an
we've got a
admin.
really
I've
we've got
nothing to do with admin and stuff like that, but
well we've got a
just
really really good admin team that are all
crazy.
kind of in the same mind frame. They're all in the same mindset. So
Make this
things
for
run as
racing.
smoothly as possible. Like
Exactly.
resetting servers, setting up check-ins, chasing drivers, standings, driver of the day, etc. So tonight when we come off here, I'm going to contact Will with the nominees for driver of the month, and then that'll go up on the website soon after.
I got something to add as well. Doing you like people who check in this, that, and the other for race and stuff like that. It's not up to the admin team to chase you to see if you're driving and stuff like that. You checked in. You should be driving. You knew what you were gonna be. You know what time it is and stuff like that. You know what track it is, this, that, and the other. Do you know what I mean? It's not up to the admin team to chase you to drive and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? If you can't drive and you've checked in, check out and just DM an admin team or something like that and just explain to them why you can't do it. Do you know what I mean? Don't leave it till last minute because there's reserves waiting who would be more than happy to fill in that spot. Do you know what I mean? And it's always last minute where the reserve drivers are like, you know, can I drive? Can I drive? Can I drive? When, you know, it's possible when they could have. Do you know what I mean? If you're checking in and you know you're not going to make it, just DM an admin or something like that. Just check out and explain, like, I can't make it because it's always in the reserve, always going to make your spot. Doesn't
It's, do you
matter.
know, no,
Just
it's
be fair, just be, you know, just be honest and stuff like that. It doesn't matter. It only takes a message.
yeah.
I mean, it's less stress for the admin team as well. Also, you know, I'm not even admin. But
Daddy Dan will come and get you.
He's after you.
Oh,
He's going to.
oh,
He's
we
got,
off that,
Darren's
right?
going to be a new.
You raise it, but
Darren's the new muscle. So if you don't check in, he's coming to your house, naked.
Oh.
Don't come to Donny.
Chasing.
Oh.
So before we
Right.
finish the show,
I would
we've
like
then
to say a
got-
couple of things just about PC, if you don't mind.
Mhm.
Just while although I closed down the standings, we used to have Wicked Wednesdays, and then we went to Tuesdays, and the numbers were still a bit iffy. We couldn't retain the portion. The Lambo was really quite good. It kept its numbers, but each individual standing kind of fell down a bit. Each class.
Mhm.
So we're moving on to a sprint series. I think it's Tuesday coming, 28th. A week in Tuesday. A week next
Yeah.
Tuesday. We've got the sprint, super sprints coming, which will be 2 25-minute races with
Ooh.
short qualifying in between. There's 7 tracks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The 7 tracks is Bathurst, Monza, Brands Hatch, Imola, Laguna, Nürburgring and Zandvoort.
All
Those
right.
should actually be running alongside the same tracks that we're doing on Rookies and GT3. So it should be the same track all week. So it's a 10-minute qualifying, 2 races of 25 minutes. And that starts at 8 o'clock. So that's one thing. And
On
then
what night? Sorry,
that's a Tuesday night.
Tuesday.
Yeah, that'll be every Tuesday, and that's season 1. And if it goes quite well, it will stay on a Tuesday, and we'll just go to season 2 and then season 3, and carry on the way it is. But we're testing the ground still, trying to figure out what day is best to have our midweek runs.
Cool.
Would a vote be okay
Sorry?
to see would a vote be okay to see who's available? Because some people work afternoons, nights, shifts, this, that, and the other. Maybe some people can make it every other week, and you know what I mean. So
I'm not sure what you mean.
you said you want to do it each week and stuff like that, but not every might not be able to make it every week.
Are you talking about the
Because-
time and stuff?
Because of
Yeah.
work and stuff like that. Because of shifts, people
No,
make
I
it
understand that. No,
every
we
other week.
have it. It's set up so that if you have to withdraw, you can withdraw on SimGrid.
Yeah.
That's when the reserve jumps in, isn't it? So,
I think the sweet spot for FRL just now is 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock seems to be a very, very good starting time for pretty much everyone
On PC,
tends
yeah.
to suit. It suits PlayStation as well.
I
It's
th-
that or 830.
Yeah, a lot of that comes because a lot of European and Eastern European countries, you're talking about anywhere between an hour and 5 hours ahead of us.
Yeah.
So if you're starting the race at 10 o'clock, even the guys in France or Netherlands or whatever, there it's 11 o'clock.
Yep. Cool.
Well, I've jumped into a TNT season, and I wake up 1:30 in the morning just to come around a little bit, just to maybe do an hour practice before I start a race at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I love
It's
racing
the
with the
standard
TNT
time.
guys.
I
It's
bet
great.
you're
Oh,
getting.
brilliant.
I bet Dan's
TNT,
getting up at 1 o'clock.
George and with Kevin are doing a brilliant job with the TNT side of it.
Yeah.
Honest to
Yeah,
God,
indeed.
Thursday Thunder, which is Thursday for them, but Friday for us. But they're doing a brilliant job, and I love racing against them guys. It's good fun. I'm enjoying it. I jumped in third race, and I think we're on the sixth race now, so I think it'll be my sixth race, maybe seventh, maybe. But yeah, they're doing a good job, and I'm more than happy to wake up stupid o'clock in the morning, 12 race, but I'm like, it's good fun. Enjoy it.
George just gave you a wee cheers for that mention.
Is that a couple of cups? I thought that was
No
a bit of
problem.
cheese.
It's two wee beer mugs. So we've got Ams as well as mentioned that Ben is also on Instagram.
Yeah,
Just
honestly,
add
God,
to that. So
George and with
let's
Kevin, hats off.
let's get to the
Well done.
driver or the alien of the
Aliens.
week.
Yeah.
So on the PlayStation side, this driver, for me, and I think quite a lot of other guys as well, are kind of probably backing me up on this. This week alone, he's set some fantastic records, some amazing pace. He's had 4 first places this week, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I think you'll all agree that Alien of the Week for PlayStation this week's going to go to Rico Vantage.
Not Fast and Furious, Rico.
That's one of your teammates there, Dan.
Absolutely rapid, consistent,
Get in there, Rico.
amazing, well deserved.
He's quick in that force. Fair play to him.
He just disappears. It's so difficult to catch him, but well done, mate. That's Rico Vantage for
He can
Alien
pick
of
him
the
up
Week.
fucking 5 times in the race and still win the race.
Mhm.
It's mad.
He can
Some
go in
people
reverse for
aren't
the
that
first
good,
lap and still win.
He started in the pits, right? Let everybody do 3 laps and still beat us by
He'd
2.
still catch, I know, he'd still finish in the podium.
I don't know how he does it. It's like Skeletrix, isn't it? He just stuck to the track, like.
I know.
Yeah, I think
I don't know, we
4
did
out
it.
of 4 wins this week or something.
Aye,
Yeah.
4 wins, I think. 4 races, 4 wins.
Yeah, something
So-
like that.
Yeah, so on the
Good
PC
plan.
side,
Brilliant.
Yes.
I've gone for a strange one because I think it's mostly he's new to the series and moved over from PlayStation. And well, we can all say when we first moved over to PC from PlayStation, it was not easy. You got to take a bit of time, get used to it, and get yourself dug in properly. But the man I'm going to give it to is Michael Races, because the first 3 races that he came in on, he was out. It was the top 5, but I think on the rookie one, he actually won it by a landslide. The first race. The second race, he did mention he's never raced in that kind of torrential weather. The second race on rookies last week was thunderstorms. I mean, there was
Oh, goodness.
there
Right.
was 200 little raindrops after the big fat thundercloud, and nobody was doing that well, but he had more of a trouble with that. But when it comes to the rookies race, and then he raced on Friday as well, and got another top 5 right away. I think it was 3rd or 4th.
He came 4th
Yeah.
in his first
Yeah.
um,
And then went into
race.
the endurance race with us on the Saturday with James and the FRL team, and his stint he came in 3rd. Gave the
And
car over to
managed
James.
to finish where 12th or something?
No, James finished in 9th. He kept it in 9th. So,
Top 10.
yep, so for this week, Michael Races has managed to get it from me.
So there's going to be a second alien face next to your name, because I think you already have one for PS.
Oh, did he? Oh, well, we
does?
should maybe not do that then.
No, that's fine. He's well deserved. I mean, he's transitioned.
No, definitely. The transition, I was
He's two-faced.
surprised
Duck,
it was.
duck to water. Duck
Yeah.
to water. Alien face. We'll just use your face as the alien face.
Although it was brilliant to hear him say after the race, when we were doing the GT4 race, or GT3 Friday race, when I went back into the chat after doing this Jordan, and he was puffing and panting and said, "I'm freaking soaked," because it was a lot of pressure.
I bet.
Keddy was putting pressure on him like it was nothing. So yeah, that's your aliens.
It was nice to see Keddy coming back for a race or two in a PS like.
I would. I don't think he's ever going to touch his. I think if he touches his PlayStation, his fingers are going to melt.
I don't think he's got his PlayStation anymore.
Oh, has he sold it?
I think he got rid of it. You know what he's like? He sells it for the same price as he bought it for, and then gets something that he really wants.
Yeah, like Fortnite tokens or something.
Yeah, he sold all his steering wheels and bought us a Playboy mansion in Miami.
He must have his own plane in his backyard.
He sold all of his steering wheels and bought a Playboy mansion for everyone to visit whenever we need to go.
Keddy, you coming to Donny? What? Yeah, be here in 45 minutes. Let me jump in my plane.
It's good to see him there. So I think that rounds off our show, guys.
Dan, you got anything you'd like to add? And don't put your camera down.
After good racing and clean racing, and I love you guys. It's been great racing you guys.
Thank you so much for taking the time out tonight to come on the show. That's
and thanks for taking your clothes off as well.
Yeah, thanks for sitting there bollock naked. Unbelievable. That's one way to make a mark on the FRL cast.
Yeah.
Well done, mate.
I'm not even looking in his general direction anymore. It's quite funny.
All I can say is
you've got Dale dripping like a fridge, dripping like a broken fridge.
Well, you can't censor it, so I'm just not even bothering looking. We'll be demonetised by morning.
And thanks everyone for your questions, your live feed chat, and Cool Racing as well, for that suggestion and discussion point. So that's something that we'll certainly have a look into, and we'll bring it up at the admin meeting. And again, don't forget, guys, you've got your FormulaRacingLeague.com website and FormulaRacingLeague0@gmail.com for the email. If you've got any questions, get them in. And finally, next week starts off the patron lottery. So a random number will be selected between 1 and 999, and let's see who can win. And if there's no winner, it rolls over to the next week. It's going to be £5 every week. So it'll roll over week on week. You could end up having 5 or 6 weeks with nothing, then bang, somebody wins like 40 quid. That's beer tokens for Donny.
Oh, definitely.
Yes.
Even if I do win, I'm having beer tokens anyway for my son.
Right, guys.
Right.
We're down to 6
guys.
viewers.
It was a
We've had
pleasure.
a lot of guys saying thanks very much and good night from Rico Vantage. Again, well done, Rico and Michael, for Aliens of the Week.
And we see you on track soon.
Yes.
Catch you all later, guys. Bye bye.